This is the cheap
versus expensive
golf ball test.
How do you decide what is the right golf ball for you?
So hello everybody, welcome back to a brand new video.
Yes.
Time for another test.
Time for another test.
We are a challenge, a
back
test.
in the garden.
Back in the garden.
And what we're going to do, we're going to test a cheap versus expensive golf ball.
Yeah, so we've got the TP5
Yep. Pix.
And we have Srixon Distance, because we think like if you're going to go for a cheaper option golf ball, distance is usually where you find yourself at that price point.
Yeah, and we're going to base this around driver, around distance, and see is it worth spending that extra and getting the TP5 or similar, or you best staying with the Srixon Distance.
Yeah, but there might be some positives to the distance golf ball. Who knows?
Or we could all just be snobs and have the expensive ones.
So Josh is going to hit 3, I'm going to hit 3 with each. Let's get into the test. Okay mate, so let's start this whole thing off by having a look at your Pix.
So this is the premium ball, this is the expensive ball, whichever way you want to look at it, okay?
How much are these? About 40,
you
40
tell me.
pounds. I got them as a present.
You did.
About 40-ish pounds a dozen, I think.
Yeah, so about probably between, well, your premium balls normally between 35 to 45 quid, aren't they? Somewhere thereabouts.
Yeah, exactly. So if we go through your shots here, first one, 225 carry, then 198, then 222. Is that about standard carry, that is?
Carry, I guess, yeah, probably, to be honest, a touch further normally, maybe up to about 230, 240, totaling out at like 250, 260 normally.
Okay, so how did you hit that first one?
I don't know, I felt like I did it alright. This is the thing though, this is the thing, and I think this is where this is going to get really, really interesting, because I felt like I hit them okay, but then, is it the ball for me? This may tell whether it is the ball for me or not.
I think if we talk about this right now, we've got sort of parameters here. We've obviously got price on both of them, how far they go. We've got to think about how that performs around the green. And the big question is, how many golf balls do you lose around? Get in those comments down below.
Yes.
Like, roughly how many golf balls do you lose around? Like, your place is pretty tough. Like, if you are liable to a high right shot,
I mean, yeah, the first 4 or 5 holes, 6 holes,
River Mersey.
anything high and right is gone. Yeah. Like, you're losing it. That's par 3. There's 2 par 5s, par 3 on there, couple par 4. Like, it's not easy. Like, you've got to be very, very accurate. So,
okay, let me get into mine now. So let's go through. This is me hitting the Pix golf ball.
Yes.
Now, I actually don't use this golf ball. I actually use a Pro V1X. That is the golf ball that I use.
why do you use that ball? Normally, what would is it?
Do you know what? It's probably just brand snobbery over the years. Everyone's just said use it, so I've just got used to using it. So that's sort of what I use. If I'm perfectly honest with it.
Yeah.
Like and a Pro V1, I probably wouldn't be able to tell which difference.
No, and I think that's the same with everyone. I think everyone will have some form of like preferred ball. Like I've been hitting the last year or so. I've been hitting Bridgestones, and they're great. Like the Bridgestone XS, a really good ball. Like really good ball. I think this comes from me that knows everything about all the technology and that.
It's fine, mate. It's fine, don't worry. So, going into sort of my stats here, your carry 215 average, my carry 241, my ball speed 164, your ball speed 148. Now, we're not bothered about sort of me versus you here.
No.
There are baselines of what we had with the TP5X ball, which is the premium expensive golf ball.
Yeah.
I know a lot of you thinking is, why did we choose a distance ball? Well, we chose a distance ball because usually at the cheapest end in the price point, it is a distance ball because at the end of the day, if you're new to the game, it's going to help you hit it further.
Exactly, and I think you're going to be shocked by the results here. And the question that you may ask is, well, why don't you hit that ball all the time? And we will get to that.
Yeah, okay, mate. Dive into your results here.
So,
these are yours.
My first shot with the distance ball, the cheap ball, was carry 270.
Mate, look
271.
At your ball speed now, 154.
Yeah, and this could be partly me being a bit more the speed.
I disagree because you hit a few shots beforehand.
Maybe. It could have been also the fact that I was hitting in the garden, not on a miss.
Speed. Like if we look at both of them here and go to the top, you're similar club speed on both.
Yeah, suppose. It's only a touch difference, isn't it?
105, and then we go
And then
down
back
to
it's slower.
It's actually slower.
Yeah. So
that
I'm wrong then. Don't listen to me. But yeah, 270 with a 290 or 271 with 289, I should say, total.
And some decent shots in there. Like you see the screen now as we're going over this, and some really nice shots in there.
Yeah.
How did it feel? Like, what was the noise like? Because for me, when I hit the distance golf ball, it sounds very tinny.
Yeah.
I don't like the sound of it.
Yeah, I agree. Very, very tinny, and it's hard because I would say it feels like hard.
Yeah.
Like it does feel
and
harder.
especially on short game. Like when you get around the greens, that feeling of doesn't get that responsiveness. You don't quite get that spin.
Yeah, but then also talking about noise, the Pix, the TP5 Pix, I don't think made that the noise I was expecting it to make. It was.
In what respect?
It was almost like a little bit dull, like.
A bit dead.
Yeah, and I don't know. I don't know the ins and outs of it. I don't know whether that's the way the ball's made up, things like that. But it didn't make the sound I was expected. I was expecting the sound like a Pro V, a Bridgestone would make.
Sounds quite soft, doesn't it?
Yeah, where that was very, very dead. So that could be part of it.
So going over the results, then we're going to get into sort of the rest of this here. So your carry went from 215 all the way up to 266. Your club speed very similar.
Yep.
Ball speed went from 148 to 154.
Yep.
Going in mine here, 241 to 278.
Wow.
Ball speed 166 to from 164. So not a massive change in ball speed for me, but a hell of a lot more carry.
Like you're looking at like 40 yards carry.
And 1 mile an hour difference in club speed. So very, very similar on club speed. So not amounting to that much difference. 1 mile an hour is like 3 to 5 yards.
Yeah.
Like it's not a big difference. It's not suggesting the difference that I've got there.
No, and the thing with this as well is, and the question you guys may be asking is, well, why are you not using a distance ball all the time?
And don't forget, we will get into things. How do you make the right decision? We're going to tell you exactly the process to go down in a second.
Yeah.
So 265 carry, 307.
307 carry, that's huge.
262.
Mate. Like, it's one of them, you can see why, for someone who's just starting the game, a distance ball is the way to go.
Yeah.
Because where your technique is potentially lacking a little bit, you can gain it in the ball.
110%. So this is the process that we think you should stick to. Number one, I think it very much depends what's your budget. That's what you've got to think first.
Definitely.
Do you want? I would definitely recommend this. Always buy them in dozens.
Yep.
Because it always works out a little bit cheaper. Even though it hit you a little bit harder to begin with, overall it's going to be a bit cheaper.
Yeah, I agree. I think when you're looking at
also, if you lose a lot, that's always the way to go.
Yeah, when you're looking at the expensive balls, yes, 45 quid is a lot, but if you're buying them in packs of 3, it's going to cost you a lot more.
Yeah.
A lot more.
So, firstly, budget. Find your budget. What do you want to spend for your dozen? Is it between 20 and 30? Is it between 10 and 20? 30 and 40? Or even 40 and 50 these days? Then it's got to go, right, okay, I would then go budget. Do I need a ball that's going to help me hit it a little bit further? Am I lacking in distance?
Yeah.
Do I want to sacrifice distance for a bit more feel around the greens?
Yeah.
What is your game associated with? Because if you associate your enjoyment of enjoying hitting it a long way, you're not too bothered about the short game area, then potentially you want to go for something that's more of a distance side of the golf ball, so potentially at the cheaper end.
And that's the thing for me. I think it almost depends. You've got to look at it from a data and a scientific point of view. Is what do you want to achieve? Do you want to hit it further and put yourself closer, like the Bryson effect, hit it further, get closer, it makes it easier.
But we lose feel for most people.
Yeah.
The one thing you've got to make sure of this, Josh, like all the top guys on tour are fitted for a golf ball.
Yeah.
So it's like finely tuned to their spin characteristics with an iron, with a driver, when chipping, when putting.
Yeah.
Whereas, we're honest here, we can't do that. You can't do that. So we're saying to you, how do you make that decision? Well, obviously, you can get a ball fitting. Occasionally, brands do have ball fittings, but if you can't, you've got to go price, you've got to go what your goals are, what you enjoy, and you've got to always think, is this golf ball going to sacrifice my feel around the greens? So guys, hopefully you found that interesting, us testing a premium TP5 versus a bog standard
Srixon Distance ball. Get yourself down in the comments and let us know what ball you're going to be using this year. Are you going to go down the cheap route or are you going to go more premium? Thank you very much for watching.
Oh, don't forget to subscribe button.
Yeah.
Sorry, mate.
Hit that big red subscribe button. We're getting there. Give us a thumbs up and share it with your golf mates.